Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fanged Reacts. I'm the Fanged One, with you as always. And this is, as you guys can see from the title, the start of our new show. So, I gave you guys four options: Arcane, Legends of Vox Machina, Snowfall, and a Sons of Anarchy rewatch. Now, I should have known, honestly, that Sons was going to win based on what we were watching. The poll wasn't even close. Just like with Mayans before it, the poll was not close. So the final score, I haven't done the math yet, but I want to say it was somewhere in the ballpark of something like Arcane had 20% of the vote, Legends of Vox Machina had like 4% of the vote, and Sons of Anarchy Rewatch had 76% of the vote. So this was not even a close vote at all. I did not expect so many of you to want to watch Sons again. So here is your disclaimer for this rewatch. I have seen this. I have seen it in its entirety. So there will be no moments from me from specific moments in this show. I will not tell you what they are on the off chance that. So what you're going to get here is going to be part reaction and part kind of back thinking critique of my opinion on specific scenes and the growth of specific characters as the story progresses. Because as I'm looking back now, there are certain things that I don't like. There are certain things that I feel were out of place, and certain things I feel that were just done in, let's just say, poor taste. There's also probably going to be some things in this series that are going to offend you. This is a show that did not pull punches 10 years ago. You're also going to run into many episodes where the pitch has been altered because I still have not figured out how to get music to pass copyright without a pitch alteration. I could cut this thing into 3-second chunks and it'll still get claimed, and I do not know why. I don't understand how people can have music reactions up on their channel and react to, 30, 40 seconds of a song, pause, and then talk about it and get them past copyright. I don't know if they're uploading them and then challenging the copyright for, fair use. I don't know. But, so this is a show that was released, as I said, 10 years ago. It is following in the wake of the showrunner's success on The Shield. Kurt Sutter found writing success on The Shield, and I want to say production success in the later seasons of The Shield, and so FX gave him a shot with his own show, and that's basically what this is. So this is for those of you who don't know, who didn't vote for this because of the other show that we're watching, this is a show following the adventures of a Northern California, mostly Caucasian motorcycle. It was founded by a specific member's father, and it's following the kind of the exploits of that individual as he's trying to come into manhood, basically. The showrunner, he cringes at it now, but when he first released this, he made no attempt to hide the fact that he took a lot of inspiration from Hamlet, and it shows. It seriously shows. This is our new Monday episode, guys. We're going to be watching Sons of Anarchy on Mondays. Mayans MC season 2 episodes on Wednesday and Friday, and then when season 2 runs its course, we will have Sons of Anarchy on Mondays, a new show on Wednesday, which is probably going to be Arcane, actually, because that got a large percentage of the vote without winning. Like, I was not expecting whoever came in second to be above 2 or 3%, honest to God. The fact that Arcane got almost 25% of the vote is huge to me. That may not be huge to you or some of the other channels that you watch, but that's huge to me, specifically. So, we're going to pick Arcane to follow Mayans on Wednesday, and then at that point, you'll have Sons on Monday, Arcane on Wednesday, Mayan on Friday. Arcane's only 2 seasons, so when Arcane runs its course, we'll have a new poll to figure out what replaces it Monday, and then it'll be, Sons until it runs its course, and then whatever the new show is on Wednesday, and then Mayan until it runs its course, and then we'll replace shows as they go. And I will take a poll starting after Arcane, basically. and whatever wins those polls, guys. So if you want a show on the polls, drop it down in the comment section down below. Anything that you guys mentioned wanting to see down in the comment section, I will include in a poll. Let's go ahead and jump into Sons of Anarchy, Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot, starring Jax Teller, played by Charlie Hunnam, and Clay Morrow, played by the great Ron Perlman. Are you guys ready? Sons of Anarchy. Let's do this. I thought about getting some lights or something for in here to make me a little easier to see for you guys, but I can't. It's on the agenda. It's coming at some point in the future. One of the episodes you'll see, I'll probably put a light strip like right here, and maybe one like right here. I know you guys can't see where I'm pointing, but right here. But yeah, I also thought about including like the trailer for season 1 before the actual pilot episode, but I couldn't find one that was official and didn't have like other seasons clips in it. So let's go ahead and just jump in. TVMA, Language and Violence. FX, Fearless. So do y'all see now what I'm saying about how Mayan started, about the whole crows eating something, and the whole analogy of the opening shot? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Charlie Hunnam, he's a baby, Jesus Christ. No, there's the man. Snakeskin boots. Like, he was a baby too, Jesus. Everybody and their mom smokes in this show.
You saw birdseed, you see?
They ain't here for no birdseed.
Niners had a special order for Waddle laser scopes.
Niggas still couldn't hit shit.
So I'm talking about with some of the things that wouldn't fly in today's. But the Niners, yeah. I'm actually surprised that there isn't more interaction between the Mayans and the Niners in Mayans.
What about the other guns and shit?
You would think that whoever designed this particular scene, whoever wrote this particular scene, had to be dumb as shit. Because who comes to basically a lick for weapons of this type and brings a flatbed pickup truck? Like, what, are you going to drive all the way back to SoCal with basically 200 pounds of automatic weapons in the back of a flatbed truck? The wheels go round. I like with that one scene, it tells you a lot about who Jax is as a person, as a character, without actually having to come out and give you too much exposition. So, in this town, he is such a mythical figure with a lot of the adults in the town that just his mere presence, this young lady, this woman who appears to be in like her late teens, early 20s, she wants him to see her in more than just a convenience store setting. You can tell that by the way she pulls her shirt down to expose basically as much cleavage as possible, because she wants him to notice her. That's a very, very good creative choice.
Hey, Louise.
You can buy these by the case. Be a lot cheaper.
Box at a time keeps me humble. Get pack smokes too, darling.
This may actually be where I got it without realizing it. I tend to call every person of the female persuasion that I see darling without even really thinking about it. It's just second nature, just kind of comes out. And Jax may be where I got it from without realizing it. And she saw him looking at the book, so she's going to throw it in.
It was my favorite.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he knows exactly what that is. The weapon coming down into the mud. Great cinematic choice. Thank you for visiting Charming. Population, 16,000 people. That's it. 16,000. That's it. So, fun fact, if you guys want to rewind and go back and watch that again. So, Ron Perlman was not the first choice to play this character. There was the entire season, apparently. It's either the entire season or the entire pilot. I can't remember which. But one of the other, either the entire season or the entire pilot, this character was played by great character actor. I want to say his name is Glenn Beck. I believe it's his name. But he was cast to play this role, and when the studio picked the show up after shooting the pilot, they decided the one thing they didn't like about it was his performance as this character. Now, why this is important, and why I'm telling you that you can rewind to catch it. Ron Perlman was not given a lot of notice before he was offered this role. He didn't try out for it. He didn't go out specifically looking for it. They reached out to him and offered him the role, and he took it. Ron does not have a lot of experience riding a motorcycle. He doesn't get comfortable on the bike until season 2 or 3. I want to say it's 3. But there's a lot of scenes of them pulling out or them pulling in that it's not Perlman on the bike, and you can kind of tell. The scene where they just pulled up just now was one of them, where you could tell the guy riding on Jax's right, is not Perlman. And then they cut the scene, we go into the close-up of them actually pulling in to stop, and now it's Perlman. That happens a lot with this season, is that the only shots on the bike that's actually Perlman are the ones either pulling out of being stopped or pulling in to being stopped. But the full speed riding scenes are actually someone else. And if you rewind that, you can catch it.
What the hell happened?
Propane tanks caught fire. Ammo was in there, the place just blew. Yeah, the fire dick says it was arson. Saw a lot of boot prints.
Cowboy boots?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit-eating Mayans, man.
The fact that they know it's cowboy boots, like it shows you the Mayans they've been a threat for a while.
The fire captain can be convinced to rethink his report.
Unofficially?
Unofficially, this blast was seen in 2 counties. This location is dead.
The M4s.
Gone. As are most of the Glocks.
Don't want this shit hitting ATF's radar.
You gotta see something else.
Do we really?
Uh-huh.
God damn.
The makeup job for those women was just immaculate. Just, that is one of the things about injuries and scars and things like that from this show. Whoever they had doing makeup is just, mwah, just amazing.
Found them before the FD went through.
After the smoke clears, get rid of the bodies.
Supposed to deliver 5 cases to Leroy and his crew before tomorrow morning.
Call the gangster hotline, set a meeting.
That is so much money that he just handed him.
2 in the back of the head, quick and painless.
It ain't easy being king.
Yeah, you remember that.
Right into this. Some days you're the beamer, some days you're the goddamn deer. You run into it or hit a tree while I was giving him head.
How the hell you want me to get it out of there?
I love the way Jax carries himself.
Just pretend it's carve your own steak night at Sizzler.
I don't eat meat, man.
Figure it out, Grunt.
Figure it out, Grunt. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, for those of you who've been following the Mayan series, what I'm talking about with the way they treat the prospects? Like, compare the first episode of how Easy is treated to how this guy is treated. Like, he gave them information that had nothing to do with the task, just kind of talking back. And rather than getting aggression, Jax basically just kind of put a joint in his mouth, told him, you know, figure it out, Grunt. It's your job. So, I mean, the difference is night and day between these two clubs.
What the hell happened? Lions torched the warehouse. Stole the Niners and fours. Holy shit.
He was already paid for that hardware.
That's the tricky part. Hey, Ma.
Did you go to storage?
Not yet.
Well, if there's something you can use. You'll come to dinner tomorrow night? Bring Chibs and that new kid.
New kid doesn't eat meat.
He is trying so hard to hold his... Yep.
Don't patch him in. Can't trust anyone who doesn't eat meat.
Hey, you heard from my crazy ex-wife at all? Well, she's supposed to be sending me the doctor bills.
I'll go by on my way home. I'll check in on her.
Thanks, Grandma.
Asshole.
God, it's just the single-mindedness. Once she has the spoon, the single-mindedness is insane. I'm not going to say that anybody in my viewership has a drug problem. I don't know. If you do, no judgment, obviously. But one thing I've always wondered, because I don't, at least I never have in this way with the needle. But like every show I see has them do this, where they'll fill the syringe up and then they'll start looking around. Like, is there a reason for that? Can you not inject in the same place more than once? Is that a thing? Because if that's a thing, how do nurses continue to get like the same vein every time you go to the ER? If the nurses can do it, why can't, like, I don't get it. See, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You can tell she feels guilty. You can tell she feels so guilty.
Long ride from Charleston to Oakland. How come Easy Rider meeting me face to face?
Easy Rider. Nice call. Or a nice throwback.
All the guns, including your M4s, belong to shit.
There's zero balance due on that hardware.
I've been doing business with the 1-9ers for a long time. I always respected our arrange you to show me a little respect. And give...
Like, Clay, don't pretend like you didn't sell to the Mayans because of some, you know, upstanding arrangement between you and the 1-9ers. You didn't sell to the Mayans because you hated the Mayans as much as the 1-9ers did. Like, don't fucking pretend.
Don't give a shit about history. This is about business, old man.
And I'm telling you, brother, giving me some more time, really smart.
You got till Sunday.
That made him think.
I don't get those M4s by the end, there's gonna be some new black faces cruising the streets of Charleston. And a burning down warehouse gonna be the least of your problem.
You know, I know people will, people will say that, it doesn't matter what day it is right now, but no, it kind of does, because I want to know, like, how much time did he just buy? Is it one day? Did he buy 4 days? Like, is it Monday and he has almost a full week? I get what they were going for with that shot, the trying to show it's old, but what you probably should have done was taken some. I mean, wouldn't have been hard to take some dirt from out in that parking lot and just kind of splinter it, or spread it out. Split. The hell is the word I'm looking for? Sprinkle it on top of that box. This way, when Jax moved his hand over the box, there was something to actually move to signal how old this box is. Like, I get what you were trying to do, but you didn't do it well. Old pictures of Nam. Original, 1993. The Life and Death of Sam Crow. How the Sons of Anarchy Lost Their Way.
For my son,
by John Thomas Teller.
And Jackson, may he never know this life of chaos.
I've actually always wanted to take a minute to actually read this, so this is what we can see from this. The Life and Death of Sam Crow, How the Sons of Anarchy Lost Their Way. Introduction. Sometimes things start with a good idea. You realize there is something, and you come up with an answer to that need. Oh, there is a need, and you come up with an answer to that need. Other times, things just begin. The Sons of Anarchy was the name I came up with my best friends. We were going to change. Really did was do things that, and raise a little hell, drank a lot. Okay, so he's basically talking about how Sam Crow became a thing. Damn it. Had I stopped it a little later, I would have been able to actually read that, over that first page.
Half sack.
Huh?
Fun fact, he can actually play the guitar.
Put it right here into the... Oh, yeah.
Where did you get that name?
Got my left nut blown off by an April frag in Iraq. Look at that guy.
Jesus Christ. Put that deformed nutbag away, will you? Find Jax.
Jax!
That gets me every fucking time I see it. Like, get Jax. Rather than go looking for Jax, he just stands up and yells his name. That gets me every fucking time.
Hey, Jax. Put out the table. Okay.
Yeah, he really wants to read this. You can tell because he knocked out, I want to say, a good 20 pages already. If you pay attention to a couple of minor things, you actually already know what that is. On the gas tank, it actually says Shovelhead, I believe, and the binder that was in that book he's reading, the binder that was in said 83 Shovelhead. So basically, that's telling you whose bike that is. That's his dad's bike. I'm kind of curious who the rest of these guys are.
Wendy!
Stupid, junky bitch.
You got one more day out of Leroy, that's it.
She couldn't resist.
I was expecting a huge heroin shipment to carbines.
Ah, there you go. One more day.
What happens if those mines crash that dope party with Leroy's M4s?
We lose all the Niner business, buy ourselves a huge black.
That ain't gonna happen. They steal from us. I don't care who we gotta grease or kill. I want those goddamn guns back.
Juice, got addresses and any mines in the system.
Where you find those guns, Bobby, I want a fat man and little boy arrange that goddamn place.
I still don't understand that reference.
Bobby's got Tahoe this weekend.
No, I'm canceling that shit.
No, man.
Yes, I
Come
think
on,
I should be able to
Bobby.
decide. You got two ex-wives already spent the goddamn casino checks.
And who's gonna handle the pyro? I'm not there.
Nobody blows up shit better than Opie. Opie's leaning right these days.
Opie's gonna lean any way we need him to.
Yo.
Tried calling you.
What is it?
Found these matches next to a bunch of her empty thumb bags.
Gotta be Nord stealing out of the dog again.
Darby got out of Chino 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we'll call that Nazi prick, set a meeting.
What the hell happened?
When was the last time you saw her?
A couple of weeks.
Her hands and feet were full of tracks.
That. Yeah.
Baby.
We had to do an emergency C-section. He's 10 weeks premature. He's got a congenital heart defect and tear in his abdomen. CHD is probably
The family flaw.
The family flaw.
not life-threatening. However, the two of them together, Dr. Namid gives him a 20% chance, and I'm afraid that's being optimistic. I'm sorry, Jax. I can take you to see him now.
Tara.
I love Charlie Hunnam's ability to shift, like visually, through expression and the acting with his eyes. The ability to switch between distraught guilt and homicidal rage. You can see it in that scene as Tara, since he just said her name, as Tara is starting to walk away. You can see both emotions very, very plainly playing out on his face.
You don't have to do this. I'm sure you got the patience.
Ask Dr. Namid if I could assist. I want to help your son.
His name's Abel.
It's a good name.
Oh, Tara. I got something to do.
Yeah, see? Now the guilt and distress is worn off, and all you can see in Jax now is just blind rage. No fucking words. No words. No threats. No yelling shit. Just walked up, grabbed a pole cue, and broke that shit over dude's face.
Is the crank to my pregnant ex-wife?
Was 100% punishment. This was not payback. This was punishment. The brutality starts, the brutality continues. Once he's on the ground, you tell him why you are doing what you are about to do, and then you finish it off with the coup de grace, for lack of a better term here. That was 100% just pure punishment.
Whoa. I think you make your point.
Shit. Enjoy your lunch. Fish balls are on me.
So, I didn't catch that line. I didn't catch that line the first time I watched it. Shishka balls are on me. With where that pole cue is now currently stabbed into him. Jax basically stabbed him in the nuts. With a pole cue. With a broken pole cue. Goddamn, for a pilot, that shit was brutal as fuck.
I'm gonna find out.
Everybody's saying it was a gun factory that blew up by the streams last night.
We need you.
For what?
Bobby's got a gig this weekend.
You think I want to be here chipping wood for shit pay? I made a promise to Donna.
I spent 40 hours a week with a goddamn power tool in my hand.
You're on Clay's payroll. Everything in your hand is a power tool.
You say no to the club.
That is a very dangerous thing to do when you remember.
I haven't mentioned Sam Crow to Donna. She's gonna bust out crying.
Look, man, if you need money.
I don't want to borrow, I want to earn.
The very first thing that you hear about Opie through his introduction is so different than all of the other characters, if I'm being honest. Because, like, Jax, you see him as, like, this sex symbol. Women want him. You know, Clay, when he first shows up, he's got this whole aura of power. He's questioning the cops. He's demanding, you know, answers from people who don't necessarily work for him. But then when you see Opie, like, it's I'm earning straight. My wife would freak out if I so much as mentioned you, and I don't want to borrow money from you. I want to earn. You know, I want to earn with my own work, for lack of a better term here. The distinct difference between Opie and all of the other characters is on display so early, and I love it. Like, it's amazing to be able to see it from this perspective again, because it really is who he is.
Kids gotta get used to how ugly their dad is.
And that you can see the friendship between these two.
You leave a woman alone for 5 years, 2 kids. The only thing that she knows is that she doesn't want it to happen again.
Truth. Absolute truth.
Break's over, let's go.
Let me know when you need me.
What's the Nord's roster looking like these days?
15, 16 guys.
You think they stepping up?
Only 2 things feel good in the joint. That's jerking off and thinking about all the shit you're gonna do when you get out.
Facts.
How's this guy doing?
Broken nose, left nut, swinging solo.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Yeah, he's lucky to be breathing.
Take a second and allow that to sink in. Jokes, everybody's jovial, everybody's happy, everybody's proud of, you know, the beating that was put on this guy for doing what he did. People are pounding on the tabletop in celebration. And then the darkness in this man pops out. The way he just matter-of-factly says, basically, he's lucky I didn't kill him where he stood. The way he says it, in the tone in which he says it, just completely emotionless. And look how every member of that table changes. Eyes start going down, heads start going down. This is a very dangerous man, and it's clear right away.
So, any luck up north?
Tacoma can help with the Glocks, but there's no M4s anywhere.
We'll have all mine intel by the morning. We'll get our guns back.
Treasury.
All the bills are paid. Bar stocked.
Guess those little Thai boys are getting expensive.
How about I slit your eyes and have you suck my dick?
All right.
I just want to say to Jax that I'm proud to be proud of the man you've become, you know. Every time I see you sitting at this table, I do a double take. Probably just the weed, Pop.
Probably just the weed, Pop.
Anyway.
So you can also tell how much he loves his son as well. Just that little chuckle and like, you little shit, shut up. His best friend's son and his son's best friend. Two generations of brotherhood right there.
Here you go, Clay.
Thanks, kid. Bourbon?
Yep.
What the hell is that smell? It's that box.
This fucking idiot. His intentions were good, though, you know?
Mounted in the club, you know, like on the wall. It's gotta be stuffed and treated, you idiot.
Stuffed with what?
Big moment right there.
Rosen, track down any real estate for the rebuild?
10 acres for sale, up north 84.
What happened if we didn't rebuild? Take the land profit, put it in something else. ATF crawling up our ass. Might be time to look at other ways to earn.
Yeah, that whole stepping away and not rebuilding did not sit well with him, did it?
We'll figure out what the next move is.
Bobby, break that shit up. You doing okay?
I know you're all spun out over one hitting the kid. Understandable. It's awful shit. But your father and I, we worked hard to create this business. We served.
Replacing Glenn, I mean, I'm going to be honest, it was the right call. Ron Perlman is so good in this role.
You want to do the right thing by your family, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then go see your son.
This is the other side of what I was talking about earlier in the bar. Like this is, or just before the bar in the hospital. This is the other side of what I'm talking about. This character is such a complex character because he can basically hold and maintain two different and distinctly opposite emotions and facial expressions almost simultaneously. Because before, it was a mixture of blind, burning hatred and this guilt and despair kind of together. And now there is this almost disgust, but at the same time, right beside it, there's also pity's not the right word. Concern might be the word. Concern or affection. It's not love. You don't see love when you look at the way Jax looks at Wendy at this point. It's affection and concern almost. So you have both of these emotions and you can see them flickering back and forth on his face. Just look.
I didn't think you want to see me.
So, see it?
Everyone hates me. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm so sorry.
It's such good acting on Hunnam's part. It really is.
The doctor said Abel's getting stronger. Said maybe they would fix his belly tomorrow, maybe tomorrow morning.
They'll do everything they can.
And see, there's the disgust.
My lawyer said they might fight.
And you can tell that on some level she loves him.
I got some stuff back at the house in the stash drawer.
Jesus Christ.
You own the house, Jax. I hate to see this blow back on you.
Yeah, of course.
Jax, wait, please, please, Jax.
This place is a goddamn pigsty.
Clean was never her strong suit.
She's doing all she can.
What are you doing here?
My house.
You know what I mean. I don't want you to see it this way.
Mom, for Christ's sake, stop cleaning. He was born with half a stomach and a hole in his heart. He's gonna die.
Don't you say that. She'll break your heart.
Yep.
It's called being a father.
For how long? A day? A week?
You know what's always bothered me about that quote? This is one of the things I won't get into, but it doesn't matter how old they are when they pass. It doesn't matter how long you spent being dad. You're always a dad from that point on. The instincts don't ever leave you. The desire to protect, it doesn't ever leave. And I think that's something that he doesn't quite understand yet.
You were born with that same heart defect your little brother had. Seemed pretty sturdy to me.
True.
Your father was hit by a goddamn semi, dragged 178 yards, and that bastard lived for 2 more days. Tellers do not die easy.
No, he just died bloody.
That's the Irish in us.
That's the Irish in us.
You and Dad hooked up. talk to you about his vision?
Vision was, you know, a brotherhood.
Running guns? You want that?
We've talked about that. Why?
Seemed like his original idea for the MC was something simpler. You know, social rebellion. Called it a Harley commune. Wasn't it?
A Harley commune.
A lot of bright ideas back then. We were kids. Father became a man.
You should get home, Mom. Finish cleaning tomorrow. I'll lock up. Night, Mom.
It is so weird seeing her go from Peggy Bundy to this. If memory serves, those are called dime bags, I believe. Like, that's a good, like, $60 you just flush down the toilet.
How are the hands, baby?
Just the damn. Where you been?
Cleaning up at Jax's. Was asking me about his original vision for the club. Did he want to get into running guns?
Tonight he said that maybe we shouldn't rebuild the factory.
Shit. You've got to nail Jax down. I don't want the ghost of John Teller poisoning him, ruining everything we've built.
Nothing is gonna get ruined, okay?
Jax is strong, and when you step down as...
Hey, I'm not going anywhere.
God, she is so...
When you can't ride anymore, I just want to make sure he's following in the right father's footsteps. Okay.
I've heard so many different people in the life react to this show and talk about how, you know, this character would never exist in the real world. I'm sorry, you have no idea how many crew leaders I've known over the years that this is exactly what's happening behind the scenes by manipulative chicks. By the way, I'm not saying all chicks are, so don't go there. But the ones that want power and are using their femininity to get what they want behind closed doors happens a lot more than people want to admit. Of course, they want to pretend it's not a thing because, you know, got to keep that frail male ego going. But it happens more than you think.
We'll get well present for your guy, Doug.
Figure we'd give him something that had some balls.
Really, Jax?
How's your little family doing anyway?
Just...
You done?
You done?
Sorry, folks. Back to your corn dogs.
I made sure the Brotherhood had Opie's back every minute that he was in Chino, and you know that.
Oh, I know how it works inside, Darby. Question is, you remember how it works outside? Nothing happens.
This man does not blink in the scenes where he's angry, and it's so incredibly intimidating.
If we wanted a meth trade, we'd have one.
We don't.
You know the drill.
See, look at that. You have not seen him blink once.
But you do not deal in charming.
You know, we ain't the only cook shop in town. Devil wants in. He'll get in.
Because the next time the devil crosses the border, I'm coming after you. And next time I'm not going to use a 357 as a get-well present.
Milk and cookies are on us.
Milk and cookies are on us.
Abel's stomach surgery went well, but it's putting a strain on his system. Can we talk? Wendy's in really bad shape. She's still detoxing.
And?
Forgot just how forthright you can be.
Forgot a lot of things, sweetheart.
I'm not the same girl I was 10 years ago.
I am. Guess there's some things you can't change.
I leave it there, so I remember all that shit's behind me.
That whole exchange, man.
Marcus Alvarez, president of the Oakland Charter, owns both buildings where they run their dope operations.
Local cops are on a payroll, so it's a no-hassle gig.
Backtracked one of Alvarez's dummy corporations in San Leandro, along UPAC rail line, here.
That would be where he'd have the M4s.
Are you done?
Oh, hi, Donna.
Gotta make a run.
What's in the bag?
Nothing.
You promised me you were done with it. You sat in a cell for 5 years while Clay and the others got rich. They sold you out. You know that.
Give me the bag!
I remember the first time I saw this particular scene right here. The panic and pain on Donna's, her face and the acting is like great, but at the same time, that is a bag of dynamite. Maybe y'all don't want to play tug of war with it. You know, dangerous sticko boom. Well, he did tell Jax if I even mention Sam Crow, Donna's going to break down crying. That look has to be so hard. Like, as a man, to see your wife look at you that way, the woman that you love, that basically you're doing all this for them. I know it's a messed up platitude that we as men use to basically forgive our bad behavior, but it's true. Like, in our minds and in our hearts, we're doing these things for them. It'll get to the point where you'll realize that you do it more because you enjoy doing it. But at that point, like at that moment, they're the reason that you're justifying this behavior. And to see her look at him that way has to be just absolutely just soul crushing for him. It would be for me. Yeah, see?
Didn't hear you pull up.
And then he realizes Jack saw it.
They want to tweak Donna.
You catch all that?
No.
I think she's already tweaked.
I think she's already tweaked.
Stay here. I'll have you.
Whoa. I don't show up, Clay will chop off both our dicks.
I'll cover you with Sam Crow.
What about the woman?
What she do before? Go fix your family.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why didn't you tell me about your kid?
I didn't know what to say. Still don't.
I love the gearing up shot. Okay, so apparently these cuts that they're wearing have actual built-in pockets that they made for these weapons. Because I asked the same thing about Angel when Angel pulled his out in episode 10. And if you watch that carefully, Jack stuck his into the same pocket. I thought it was higher up here. But no, it's the same pocket.
Kid got hurt. Had to take you to the hospital. Got the bag. I can make it work.
One of the things I did hear in a like a breakdown of most iconic scenes moment or video, one of the things I did hear was that apparently the writing formation in these shows is wrong, which I've never understood unless it's an actor ego thing. Because apparently, like, they got it right for the front, that it's the president and the VP are the first two, usually, in stacked succession. President, VP. But they always ride President, VP, Treasurer, Sarge as the first four, and then everybody else with the prospects, in the back. But I guess in actuality, what the writing order goes is president, VP, and then you have everybody else and the prospects behind them, and then you have the treasurer and the sergeant writing behind everyone else. As kind of like you have the top 4 officers in the club, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So that's an interesting bit of information. Again, that was another case that if you paid attention, that wasn't Ron Perlman on the bike.
Bobby, Jesus, what are you doing here?
Son, what the hell is that? I'm booked. Tonight, tomorrow, 5 shows.
I got 6 busloads of Korean tourists coming in. They love Asian Elvis. I'll get you next month, Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Asian Elvis. That door just, like, folded in on itself. I'm definitely going to have to cut that out. I don't know how they got away with showing that on network television. That was a fully naked baby.
The Colonel.
The Colonel.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, God damn it, that gets me every fucking time. This man stayed in character while getting his ass beat. Lying on the ground. Help me, mama. Oh, sweet Jesus. Like, this man stayed in Elvis' character while getting the shit kicked out of him.
Praise Jesus, it's a miracle.
And I've got the rest over here.
Get the guns in the van.
See, a van works. I've heard that more often than not you'll have classical music in an OR. I don't understand why, though. Like, why classical?
What the hell is the problem?
Nothing. Just gotta check something with Oak.
We got company.
Gotta be the Mayans.
Yeah. You. With me.
They probably were notified when the power went out, like a security company or something.
I'll draw him to the dumpster.
Jax is so smart.
And your bladder's full. You gotta piss.
Get the pendejo. Hey, tell your dirtbag buddies. They camp out here, they get some of this.
You tell your dirtbag buddies, they steal from Sam Crow, they get some of this.
I got him!
Like, y'all better go. Like, y'all better go. Seriously.
Go check the back. I'm sure that's all of them.
He's all yours.
What would normal BP for a baby be, I wonder?
Got the vest.
Finish it.
His back's gotta hurt so bad. Like, getting shot twice in the back of a vest like that, his back's gotta be killing him right now.
It's finished.
I'll leave you bad boys for 2 minutes and I'll all turn to shit.
Clay. Look at this. Darby's guy.
Like Darby did make some new friends in Chino.
White boy must have sucked lots of brown dick. Darby once charming.
Here goes the neighborhood.
Like, the ricochets of that, I'd be terrified to get shot. You could hear them ricocheting off that metal.
The 2 sets are coming up.
They did it.
Candles and the cake. Let's go home.
Oh, I forgot about that. They stuck dynamite up that man's ass. That body has been obliterated. Great shot of Jax there, though.
Looks like the boy might actually see his first birthday. Maybe we should say a little prayer. Dear God, thank you for saving this boy from his murderous chunky.
Oh.
Guess the DA was impressed with your Bible studies. Here they're not going to press charges.
When I check out of here, I'm going into promises.
How long is it going to last?
This time I have my baby to live for.
That's where you're wrong. You have no baby.
You have no baby.
You so much. It's cast a shadow on that kid. I will finish this job. He will never call you.
Brutal.
I suggest you turn to Jesus.
It's gonna be okay.
Looks good.
My Opie keeps falling down. Yeah. You need to know, like, right from that moment who this man is. Like, there's no way you don't know, as of right now, who this man is. You're a fucking idiot.
Clean yourself up, Jax.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, I know it's probably distorted through pitch. I'll try to keep a couple of seconds in here. But fun fact, this is actually Mark Boone Jr. actually singing right now. Apparently, he does Elvis impersonations in his spare time, and this is him. This is actually him singing. Yeah, clean yourself up, Jax. So this shot right here, it serves so many different purposes. We'll talk about that in the closing. A boot. I can't help but feel bad for Wendy. Nice shot. See where it says shovelhead right there? Yeah. They're supposed to break your heart, Jax. They're supposed to eat your food and break your heart. All right, guys. Let's talk about it. So what I was referencing a few minutes ago was the bending to show the back tattoo was definitely something that Sutter did because of the whole Sons of Anarchy thing. But what Jax was doing in the mirror is another example of him being able to have that multi-emotional expression simultaneously. Because in that look, as he's looking at himself in the mirror, is kind of a mixture of pride and kind of shame. He's ashamed of what he has done. He's ashamed partially about the man he is becoming, but he's also proud of basically his own strength and the things like the prices he's willing to pay for his family. I think it's a mixture of pride and shame, and it's amazing. So that was our first episode of Sons of Anarchy for our rewatch, and I remembered a good most of that. There was a couple of scenes that I had missed the first time through. The where the pole cue ended up, I had missed the first time through. I still, having now rewatched that, I still think the Mayans' first episode is a better first episode. We'll see how the rest of the season shapes up in my memory. I don't really have an opinion on the other characters as of yet. This episode was all about Jax, Clay, Gemma, and the ex-wife. You'll get further stuff for the other characters as the series progresses, but you aren't meant to know or care about the other guys, at least not yet. So I will see you guys Wednesday for Mayans Season 2, Episode 1, and then Friday for Mayans MC Season 2, Episode 2. And then we will be right back here Monday at 5 o'clock for Sons of Anarchy Episode 2, Seeds. So until next time, I do want to thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you can, ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our new videos go live. Any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. What did you guys like about this episode? What did you guys not like about this episode? Did I say anything that you guys don't necessarily agree with is another big one. So leave all that down in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys next Monday for Sons of Anarchy, Episode 2. Until next time, everybody, take it easy.